السلام ورحمة الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح. قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
لا إله إلا الله. الفضيلة والدرجة العالية. قال محمد الذي وعدته وصلى الله على سيدنا. استقيموا يرحمكم الله. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله ولتنظر نفس ما قدمت لغد واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون. ولا تكونوا كالذين نسوا الله فأنساهم أنفسهم أولئك هم الفاسقون. لا يستوي أصحاب النار وأصحاب الجنة. أصحاب الجنة هم الفائزون. لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله. وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر. سبحان الله عما يشركون. هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار ذلك الفوز الكبير. إن بطش ربك لشديد إنه هو يبدئ ويعيد وهو الغفور الودود ذو العرش المجيد فعال لما يريد. هل أتاك حديث الجنود فرعون وثمود بل الذين كفروا في تكذيب والله من ورائهم محيط بل هو قرآن مجيد في لوح محفوظ. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أقرب. السلام عليكم. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه وبعد. So, I don't know if you guys remember, but in the first week of Ramadan, it was extremely hot. And I remember on Thursday, it was so hot that there was a thunderstorm that was coming at the end of the day because it gets so humid, the clouds build up. This has happened many times, but I was standing outside and it was very sunny in the earlier part of the day, and I saw really dark clouds coming. And I decided to just stand out and watch this time. So I'm watching as the dark clouds are coming closer and closer, and the whole atmosphere changes, the wind comes. And the thing that really fascinates me the most is when I hear the thunder and I see the lightning. It really makes me think, how does this come? Like, how did Allah create something like this? It's so creative. Not only did Allah make storms and rain happen, but He also made light shows in the sky, accompanied with strong sounds. So I looked it up. I went on Google and I typed in what are thunderstorms and what is thunder and what is lightning? Where does that come from? Because I didn't know that. So I looked it up online, and subhanAllah, I don't know if anyone's ever done that before, just to get an idea of like how some of this stuff works, and we see it every day. And it turns out that what lightning actually comes from is in the clouds, there's little tiny particles. And when they brush up against each other, this causes a charge separation and a lot of other scientific boring details. But then the charge goes down to the earth, and it comes very fast, and that's what we see as lightning. It like discharges to the earth. It tries to look for the closest point. It's kind of similar to when you're like sitting on a chair and you have built up static in your body, and then you feel that shock. Sometimes in the dark you might have even seen like that little spark. It's kind of similar to that. Thunder comes from that because when lightning happens, it actually happens at a temperature of 20,000 degrees Celsius. Just to give you an idea of what that is, the temperature of the sun is 6,000 degrees Celsius. So it's over triple the temperature of the sun. That's how hot it is. And because it's so hot and it happens so fast, light travels at 186,000 miles per second. And it's so hot and so fast. What happens is this causes the air particles around the lightning to expand super fast. And this expansion, this really quick expansion, is what we hear as thunder. This boom, this big bang sound. The reason why you hear thunder sometimes much later than you see lightning, most people know this, is because sound travels at 0.2 miles per second compared to 186,000 miles per second. So I read what science had to say about it, and I was trying to read through the Quran, as we all should try to do in Ramadan, and I was on Surah Al-Ma'idah at the time. So I decided to skip ahead and read Surah Al-Ra'd, the surah on thunder. I wanted to see what Allah has to say about this. So Surah Al-Ra'd is very beautiful, and actually was much more so at that time because it was like it was playing right in front of me. Thunder and lightning was happening very powerfully right in front of me. So I was reading that surah, and I come to the ayah on thunder. And Allah says, وَيُسَبِّحُ الرَّعْدُ بِحَمْدِهِ وَالْمَلَائِكَةُ مِنْ خِيفَتِهِ. And the thunder glorifies the praises of Allah and the angels out of fear of Him. So Allah is telling us that when we hear thunder, it's glorifying Allah. Now I thought that if an atheist were to read this ayah, he would probably think to himself that this is just like any other religion. That once they don't understand a scientific phenomenon, what they do is they just attribute it to God. It must be from God. As soon as they don't understand something. Just like the religions of old, when they didn't understand anything that happened, they would attribute it to the gods. But it's so beautiful when I thought this, literally 2 ayahs after, it's so powerful. Literally 2 ayahs after it, there's an ayah of sajda. And it says that to Allah prostrates everything in the heavens and the earth. And that's very powerful. But what's even more powerful is that Allah said, and even their shadows. So at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, the Arabs, they didn't understand thunder and lightning. That could be argued. But what they definitely did understand were shadows. The Arabs used shadows to calculate what times of the day there were. And yet here Allah is saying, despite the fact that they understood what a shadow was, Allah is saying that even the shadows prostrate to Allah. So it's like very powerful. It's as if Allah is answering that doubt. Like, don't be in doubt about whatever Allah says in the Quran. Because there's things that me and you don't understand, and we will never understand. We don't understand how the different creations prostrate to Allah. We don't understand that. And we never will. And Allah is saying that even the glorifying of the thunder of Allah, we're not going to understand that either, no matter how far science has advanced. This situation taught me that, and it also taught me, every time you read the Quran, you have like a different meaning from it. You may have read the Quran one time, but when you read it again, you may look at it differently, and you may have a different benefit that you can extract from it. So that's a really big thing that we have to try to do every time we read the Quran. And another thing, this last thing I'm going to stop with, inshallah, is the Prophet ﷺ reprimanded the Sahaba when they didn't interact with the Quran. So it's not that we just recite the Quran and that's it. We actually interact with it. So the Prophet ﷺ once, he recited Surah Al-Rahman to the Sahaba, the whole of Surah Al-Rahman. And what's the ayah that happens over and over again in Surah Al-Rahman? فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. So the Sahaba, the whole time, they were silent. They didn't say anything. And at the end of Surah Al-Rahman, the Prophet ﷺ said, why didn't you say anything? When I recited this to the jinn, every time I recited that ayah, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ, which means, then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? Every time they heard that verse, every time they heard that ayah, they responded. They said, none of your favors do we deny. So they interacted with the Quran, they answered it. And it was actually also reported in an authentic hadith that the Prophet ﷺ, when he used to pray at night, and he used to come across a verse that talks about the punishment of the hellfire, he would pause and he would say, oh Allah, protect me from this punishment. And when he came to a verse about the pleasure of Jannah, he would pause and he would say, oh Allah, give this to me. So he had a very strong interaction with the Quran. He didn't just read it, just blindly. So that's something we should try to incorporate, inshallah, to these last few nights when we try to develop a stronger relationship with the Quran. Let's try to finish strong, inshallah, this month of Ramadan. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.